What's up? Dennis here, Analog Archives. Alright, today I'm going to do a little something different. Talking about some thrash, old school thrash, OG presses on vinyl, and having a beer. So, I noticed in some of my older videos, well, most of my videos, 90%, I'm talking about a lot of obscure shit. Or it's not super obscure, but to the average metalhead. Oh, I'm drinking a New Glory gummy worm. Pretty good shit. But anyways, and I kind of realized I leave out a lot of classic stuff, mainly for the fact that that's just what I collect these days. So I wanted to do something more mainstream and talk about certain older albums, and I kind of want to do this series either all vinyl, all cassette, or all CD. This one's going to be all vinyl. Cheers. So, let's start out with this classic, Death Angel, Ultraviolence. All these are going to be OG press. I didn't do a lot of research on the dates, but let's just say none of these go past like 89. I think this is 87. Just on black. Enigma press. Got a few of these bad boys. Insert is just lyrics. So obviously bury a thrash. I heard these guys, the first time I heard these guys, I was going to a show. Alright, there's going to be some stories with these records, as always with my videos. I was going to a show with this dude, one of the only dudes that can drive, but he did a lot of drugs, so luckily I'm still alive. And I heard the Kill Is One demo. One of the dudes had it. I think I went with someone I didn't know. I went with one of my buddies, that dude, and like his buddy, and he had the Kill Is One demo. And I didn't care for it. Not that I didn't care for it, but I actually thought Death Angel sounded different. I was looking more for like super violent thrash, and then I heard this guy like kind of screaming, and I'm like, what is this? Not what I expected, but definitely when the album came out I picked it up and loved it. It's got some great songs on it. Evil Priest, Voracious Souls, Kill Is One, Ultraviolence, Mistress of Pain, Final Death. Just a fucking classic Bay Area thrash album. Definitely up there with the top thrash albums of all time. Alright, up next we have Kreator, Pleasure to Kill. Take this out. Still got the shrink on it. OG press on Combat Noise, and it's got the gray camo. I have a few copies of this as well. One of my all-time favorite records. No insert. I'm not sure if it has one. Don't recall, but this copy doesn't have one. I mean, every song on this just rips. It fucking shreds. It's one of my favorite thrash albums. Definitely in my top 10. I heard this before I heard Endless Pain. But songs like Ripping Corpse, Riot of Violence, Pleasure to Kill, Pestilence, Carry On, just everything rips on this, man. Just a great, great record. Highly recommended. And obviously Endless Pain rules. Wasn't a big fan of Terrible Certainty. They got way more technical, as most bands do. Like Coma of Souls better. Extreme Aggressions is pretty sick. I like the remaster better than the original. I saw them on the Extreme Aggression tour. Oh, Flag of Hate. Flag of Hate's one of my favorite EPs. I'm going to do a video here, just my favorite EPs. But that is definitely one of my favorite EPs. But I saw them on Terrible Certainty tour and Extreme Aggression tour. I will do like a shirt video because I have the Out of the Dark OG shirt. I don't know why I bought that. But that was the shirt I bought. Next up, Sabbat, History of a Time to Come. This is on Noise. So back in the day, like UK thrash, not like super huge, but this album kind of changed everything. And if you guys aren't familiar, there was a magazine, Noise logos there. There was a magazine called Metal Forces from the UK. I actually had a subscription to that. And they highly promoted UK bands. So Sabbat was one of them. And I think I might have heard of Flexi first, but these guys, and I want to compare them with with Bolt Thrower, actually, because they had a lot of ties in with Warhammer and just role-playing games in general. Pretty cool painting of the band there. It's like, bro, you want to do an oil painting of me and my crew? Yeah, I do. Because it's going to be on the back of the record. But anyways, that shit fucking rips. Get it if you don't have it. Metal Church. From where were these guys from? Seattle? Let's go Seattle. Self-titled. And this is the Elektra press. I have the original press. It's on a private label. But this is just black on Elektra after they got signed. The Dark came out on Elektra. And then this came out after, I believe. But it was originally released on a private label, which I have, and it's got a cool like order form in it with a neck brace, Metal Church neck brace, which is sick. But yeah, I got a lot of records here and I couldn't find it. Didn't really look for it, honestly. But this record has some great tracks on it. Beyond the Black, Metal Church, Merciless Onslaught, and then on the second side, Hitman, Battalions, my favorite, Nightmare. Just a fucking ripper, fucking US speed thrash. If you haven't heard this, I mean, everybody's heard it. Well, maybe not. So that's my assumption. That's why I'm doing this video, because I wanted to kind of do stuff that I thought people knew about, and didn't want to bore people with like showing the same shit over and over again. But then when I do my videos, everybody's like, oh, okay, I don't know anything you're talking about. You're talking about like weird Polish thrash from '87, and I don't know that shit, dude. So I understand. So that's why I'm doing this video. Show some bangers, even if I think everybody already knows about these. They deserve to be talked about anyways. Up next, we have Overkill with Fill the Fire. And I believe this came out in '85. I actually bought this used for $3.95 on Megaforce. A lot of these records are going for fucking a lot of dime now. I like that fucking Sabbat, the band there. And this has the original Megaforce silver labels. Fill the Fire. First heard these guys with their first EP, self-titled EP. I think that's on Metal Storm Records, which I have as well. Might get a shout out or might get shown in one of the next videos. Love the EP. This album rips as well. This has standout songs: Rotten to the Core, Hammerhead, Fill the Fire, Overkill, just bangers, man. New York City fucking bangers. Man, this shit rips. Overkill. Fill the Fire. I actually have the original shirt for that as well. Up next, Testament, Legacy. We all know this, right? We have a Barry thrash band who, cool pick. This was Legacy. Switched her name to Testament when Bailoff was fired from Exodus. They got Sousa on vocals. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? They have Chuck Billy on vocals on this record, but Sousa was in Legacy. Sorry. Sousa was in Legacy. I don't know if they let him go. I'm not too sure. I can't remember the timeline, but I think what happened is they fired Bailoff. Sousa goes to Exodus, and they had Chuck Billy as a singer, and they put out the Legacy. Billy's a great singer, especially for this type of stuff. Sousa did write a lot of lyrics for this. So, I mean, it definitely has his stamp on it. But Billy, I think, is better suited, possibly. Who knows? I mean, I'd love to hear, like, besides the demo, I'd love to hear, like, if Sousa got with Testament again, and they did a full, like, re-recording of the record. Maybe, like, Legacy outtakes or something like that. It would be definitely interesting to hear. Alright, up next. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of this band, but I love this album. Anthrax, Spreading the Disease. It's got the hype sticker. This record contains not one hit single. This is actually a stamped promo copy, which, I don't know, but people sell this shit for crazy prices. And insert there, cool drawing. I think Charlie Benante did this. Yeah, he did that drawing. And then lyrics on this side. And this is the original Megaforce press. Really great songs on this. And say what you will about Anthrax, and you know, you're preaching to the choir here, because I think generally they ruin thrash metal, what we know as 80's thrash metal, with goofiness. But this album, even if you can see on the back, they're not doing the this, you know, you got Benante wearing a Discharge shirt. It's just, you could tell they weren't into that scene yet, goofiness wise. And coming from Fistful of Metal, which fucking rips as well, this definitely had the blueprint for what is now considered crossover. As far as like the chugginess and moshiness of what Scott Ian was incorporating into metal at the time. So it's definitely a great record, and I love that record. Anything after that, I'm not really a huge fan, but it is what it is. Up next, we have Possessed with the Eyes of Horror, one of the best thrash albums that no one ever talks about. Of course, this came out after Seven Churches, so everybody was expecting Seven Churches Part 2, and what they got was, God, this thing is huge. I don't know how much they spent to do this huge ass die cut, but it's got like the Pits of Hell full replica art. And insert, so bury a thrash basically, but completely different type of style. This wasn't like Exodus, and if you watch our even like later interviews with Possessed, they say we're not influenced by Slayer, we're influenced by Exodus, but I don't hear it. But they had a truly unique sound to me, and this was on another gray camouflage combat press. I mean, you guys let me know, because I don't hear an Exodus influence. This to me sounds more German, and I really compare these two albums. I compare this with Eternal Devastation as far as the guitar sound goes, but I mean, this has such bangers. This whole album just destroys. You have Heretic, Tribulation, March to Die, Phantasm, man, Phantasm it just destroys. Beyond the Gates, Restless Dead, Dogfight, Seance again. Just unbridled aggression on these. So, yeah. Possessed, more Bay Area thrash. Don't think they get enough credit for that record, although it's getting more love. Speaking of Possessed, we have The Eyes of Horror. This is another one of my favorite EPs. I love this photo shoot of them in the snow. And another band photo. So to me, this album was a little bit more progressive. Not progressive, but more commercial sounding to me. But it smokes. I love this record when it came out. I still love it. I mean, obviously it's an EP, but I really thought the songwriting was a lot better. Confessions, My Belief, Eyes of Horror, Swing of the Axe, which is an old song off the demo, and then Storm in My Mind. All the songs rip on there. I do prefer Swing of the Axe from the Metal Massacre comp. But this version's badass as well. Check it out if you haven't heard it. Up next, we've got some Canadian thrash with Razor, Violent Restitution. And these guys definitely did not get enough credit in the 80s. This is 88, Violent Restitution, and just fucking in your face, fucking thrash. And this is on Road Racer. I believe I don't know if there's a fringe press of this. My Canadian friends out there, let me know. But as far as I know, it's just this press, the Road Racer press. Sheepdog on vocals. Every song on this is just a fucking thrash fest. You have Hypertension, Martial Arts, Taste the Floor, Behind Bars, Below the Belt, Edge of the Razor, Eyes of the Storm, Fed Up, Soldier of Fortune. This is like watching fucking Rambo meets Deadly Prey. It's just fucking in your face, fucking non-stop fucking knife fights and broken arms. Shit rips. Not gonna mince words on this one. Pretty much everything Razor did rules. I mean, besides Decibels, which I actually haven't heard, but never bought it, so can't really talk about that. I have everything else they've done on vinyl or cassette. Up next, some German thrashers: Deathrow, Riders of Doom, Satan's Gift, aka Satan's Gift. This might be one of the more obscure ones. You guys are like, who the fuck is Deathrow? But yeah, on Combat, we got the more gray camouflage, which I love. It's a combat / noise press. These guys were out of Germany, and they came on the heels of Kreator, Destruction, Sodom. But shit, man, these guys have some badass songs. Satan's Gift, Rise of Doom, Slaughtered, Dark Tales, Sam Hain. Their original band was Sam Hain before they changed the name to Deathrow. If you like bands like Kreator, Sodom, the big three, Kreator, Destruction, Sodom, you'll definitely love this. And this was the original press on Combat Noise. Just heavy fucking thrash, the way it's meant to be. Up next, Stone Cold. We got a couple Stone Cold classics here. Bonded by Blood by Exodus. Alright. So, nice copy on Torrid / Combat. So, nice collage. Bonded by Blood. You know, shit rips. Don't have much to say about this that I haven't said before. But, Green Combat / Torrid. These guys, obviously a huge impression for me growing up in the 80s. Saw them about maybe 4 or 5 times with Bailoff back in the mid 80s, and then I saw them on the Resurrection tour when they rehired Bailoff back, which was awesome because they did some old songs like Hell's Breath, Impaler. Not sure what else they did off the top of my head, but they did the old songs as well. But my favorite songs on this are Everything. One of my favorite. That's probably my favorite thrash album of all time. Piranha, No Love, Deliver Us to Evil, and then there was None, Exodus, shit, and of course, Strike of the fucking Beast. Just a fucking banger. Just really, really the blueprint for thrash metal. Would have come out before Kill 'Em All, but they have problems with the label. So technically it should have been the first thrash album ever released. And I think it's the best. Up next, another banger. Stone Cold Classic, Killing Is My Business. And business is good. This again is on Combat. That's a cool photo. Oh, looks like something happened there. Lyrics on the other side. So I remember Combat Green Label. I remember listening to this at one of my buddies' house when I first picked it up. And it was so weird. It was a weird record. So if you listen, I mean, we're into Metallica and Slayer and whatnot. Then this comes out, and it's so off-kilter and just different, I could say. But definitely listening to this over and over again. Last Rites, Love to Death, Killing Is My Business, Skull Beneath the Skin, which fucking destroys. Rattlehead, Chosen Ones, Looking Down the Cross, another one of my all-time favorite songs. And then Mechanics, which is Four Horsemen, redone as a car mechanic. Slightly sexual. But yeah, man. Wow. This album. Definitely a banger. This and Peace Cells, definitely my favorite Megadeth records. But this, for sure, definitely holds a special place for me. It's just fucking rips. Alright, up next. Another Canadian banger. Sacrifice, Torment, Fire. On Fringe, Diabolical Force. And we have the silver Metal Blade logo. Collage. Lyrics. That's not silver. It's white. But anyways, Torment and Fire. So these guys, this was the answer to, and a lot of people say like this was the answer to Slayer for Canada, but to me it doesn't sound like Slayer. I think they have a sound all their own, but definitely just fucking balls to the wall thrash. They definitely took a lot of influence from German thrash and American thrash, but Turn in Your Grave, Homicidal Breath, Necronomicon, Exorcism, Beyond Death, just fucking bangers on this, man. Don't know what else to say, but Sacrifice. Check that out if you haven't heard it. I'm sure you have, but who knows, because I just assume these things. Alright, up next, another classic. We have Onslaught, The Force. And this was on Combat as well. And UK's answer to, this is like a mix between Camo Labels, mix between Slayer and Exodus, in my opinion. But they added something a little different. So that's what's cool about like these 80s bands, is even though you can kind of trace the influences, they still add their own touch. So which is probably more like their touch on this, honestly, is probably more their hardcore beginnings. Although it doesn't sound like hardcore, but I'm sure it's mixed in there. But songs like Let There Be Death, Fight with the Beast, Demoniac, Flame of the Antichrist, Contract and Blood. This album always kind of reminded me of Bonded by Blood, just because it has those like Flame of the Antichrist and Contract and Blood have those kind of, and Then There Were None, just those Deliver Us to Evil type of tracks. And that's what this reminded me of, but just a little bit more meaner, I guess is the word. possibly a little bit more satanic than Exodus, if that's possible. Um, but just ripping fucking balls to the wall thrash on most of it, and then of course it's got those chugging, crushing, heavy riffs. Another Stone Cold classic, Slayer, Show No Mercy. Wow, this album kind of changed the way I thought about music. So this is on Metal Blade with insert. I love this picture of Jeff Hanneman right here, holding the upside down cross on his guitar. Always love that shit. There's no upside down cross. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thinking of a promo photo from somewhere. I thought that was it. But I don't know what this is from, but this might be their first show in LA that they played. Woodstock. And then lyrics on the other side. But silver labels. Some of these are translucent purple. I have a few of these, but this one doesn't look translucent. I guess I gotta hold it up to the light. Classic shit. I mean, every song on here rules. Evil Has No Boundaries, Antichrist, Stab at the Sword, Fight Till Death, Face of Slayer, Black Magic, Tormentor, Final Command, Cryonics, and Show No Mercy. Oh, yeah, just, there it is. That's a photo I was thinking of. With the upside down cross. Just fucking amazing shit. That's one of those records you never get tired of. And you guys let me know in the comments, like, what records you not get tired of. But, like, I could throw this on, like, all of these records I can throw on and just not get tired of. It's not, these are just all Stone Cold classics. So, I'm not really getting tired of any of them. And last but not least, probably the most obscure out of all these, we have Blood Feast, Kill for Pleasure. Great album. Again, mid 80s. I believe 86, 87. On New Renaissance Records. Great record. Insert another collage. Lyrics. Pretty much everything on New Renaissance Records I love. But especially this record's badass, man. Just go for the throat. Thrash. And obviously, they use Kill for Pleasure always was like, it's like just different wording of Pleasure to Kill. And I can't remember what these guys are called before Blood Feast. It was like, I can't remember, but they had a different name. They changed their name to Blood Feast, but they actually had the same logo. They just changed the name. It was like Blood Spill. I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess. But songs on here: Menacing Thunder, Kill for Pleasure, Cannibal, Vampire, Suicidal Mission, The Evil, Dark Side, Rest in Peace. Just pounding shit, man, that you guys should check out if you haven't heard this record. Let me know what you guys think of that. They came out with their second album was pretty badass as well. Chopping Block Blues. They had an EP which ripped as well. Face Fate. I have that on picture disc and cassette, but shit rules. Alright, well, it's enough of me like blabbering about thrash, but I will have another video hopefully about thrash part 2. Maybe we can do a live stream or something. I'd rather do a live stream and just talk about like classic records. Not a lot of people are into thrash. They're more into like newer death metal. So it is what it is. I get it. But if you guys want to do something, let me know, and we'll try to set something up. All right, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Keep it thrashing.